Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is Isaac here, and welcome back to Isaac Reviews 2022. In my eyes, Top Gun is one of the quintessential 80s movies alongside the likes of Back to the Future, E.T., and Ghostbusters. And even to this day, I still found it to be an enjoyable watch thanks to some great action scenes, good acting, an awesome soundtrack, and an overall sense of fun 80s cheesiness. And it's the modern era now, and one of the biggest things that'll get butts in seats is nostalgia. Of course, it's a bit of a tacky market where sometimes you can end up with something that's both really fun and a great tribute to what made what came before it so well liked, but other times you can get something with no talent, care, or thought put into making a good product, and where the only thing the people behind the camera were wanting to make was cold hard cash. But here we are now with the long-awaited sequel to Top Gun, and when I say long-awaited, I mean it. It was supposed to come out in 2020, but everyone knows what happened that year, so it got pushed back for what felt like forever until Paramount finally released it on the 27th. I saw it on opening night with my family and at a new theater that just opened in our area, and all I can say is wow. I was sure I'd like it, but this exceeded my expectations in ways that are kinda hard for me to describe, but I'll try my best to do so in this review. So what is it about Maverick that made it such a great watch? Well, for starters, the visuals here are incredible. They could have just taken the easy way out and just recorded the flight scenes on a green screen, but they didn't, as the flying and cool stunts in the film were all 100% natural. And as such, it makes the flight scenes feel more authentic and real since, again, it was being shot in real time. And after so many years of getting the same CGI crap with hardly any variety, seeing something with barely any special effects felt like a breath of fresh air. But with the technicalities aside, the cinematography was still fantastic, the action continuously had me at the edge of my seat, and the score from 3 incredible musicians amplified the action scenes tremendously. I guess 3 really is a magic number after all, huh? But the action is one thing. How's the rest of the film? Well, it's still got a lot to offer. For one, the actors here are great and really give it their all with their performances. The standouts for me would have to be Miles Teller and Tom Cruise, the former being a great new addition as Goose's son, while the latter still being able to do great despite being almost 60 years old. A lot of the other actors, both old and new, were also great. And I especially was surprised with how Val Kilmer was able to be included despite his disabilities. I wish there could have been a bit more done with his character, but for what we got, it was still pretty good and it was able to work around his disabilities very well. But going back on the acting in general, it also helps to amplify the film's emotional core regarding Maverick's past trauma and how much certain characters truly mean to him. And not only were those scenes extremely well handled and even made me kind of emotional while watching, but it also plays into how great of a nostalgia trip movie this is. It doesn't use that sort of stuff as a cover for more glaring flaws, but it rather uses it to pay homage to what came before it in ways that feel organic with the story it's trying to tell. And all I can say is that I was down for it all the way through. If I had to be somewhat critical, I guess some of the dialogue and plot points could have been handled slightly better, but that's just about it. Top Gun Maverick is an absolutely perfect sequel in practically every way imaginable. It pays tribute to its past without feeling disingenuous. It has its actors at the top of their game. It has plenty of powerful emotional moments. And it has visuals that, even without CGI, are still amazing. Of course, I'd consider this a must-watch for fans of the first Top Gun, fans of military movies, or fans of over-the-top action movies in general. Maybe it won't be the best film of the year, as I still have yet to see Everything Everywhere All at Once, and I'm sure there can be something else that might be better, but for what it was worth, Top Gun Maverick was an absolute masterpiece. So maybe I might be overly generous with this rating, but I still think it's worth giving a 10 out of 10. Next up on schedule, I'll be reviewing the Bob's Burgers movie. At the time of this video's release, I'll have seen it and I'll be hard at work on my review, so stay tuned for it. Anyways, I'm gonna ground this review now, and thank you all for watching it. Feel free to subscribe if you want to see more garbage like this, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!